The Israel versus Hezbollah conflict has been one of the most enduring and complex confrontations in the Middle East. This struggle, which has spanned decades, has shaped the political, military, and social landscapes of Lebanon, Israel, and the broader region. Today we'll explore the origins, key events, and the lasting implications of this conflict, shedding light on the factors that continue to fuel tensions between Israel and Hezbollah. Understanding this conflict requires examining its historical context, the role of foreign actors, and the human cost of decades of fighting. The roots of the conflict trace back to the 1982 Lebanon War, when Israel invaded southern Lebanon. This invasion was meant to eliminate the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, which was using Lebanon as a base for attacks on Israel. During this war, Hezbollah, a Shiite militia backed by Iran, emerged as a powerful force, vowing to resist Israel's occupation of Lebanon. Formed under the influence of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, Hezbollah rapidly grew in strength and popularity, particularly in the southern regions of Lebanon, where Israeli forces were stationed. Hezbollah, translating to Party of God, positioned itself as a defender of Lebanon's Shiite community and as a resistance group against Israeli occupation. Over time, Hezbollah evolved into a formidable political and military organization, with widespread support not only from Lebanon but also from Iran and Syria. This early period laid the groundwork for the ongoing hostilities between Hezbollah and Israel. Israel maintained a presence in southern Lebanon for nearly 2 decades after its initial invasion. This period was marked by frequent clashes between Hezbollah fighters and Israeli forces. Hezbollah's guerrilla tactics, including ambushes, rocket attacks, and kidnappings, were designed to weaken Israel's resolve and push them out of Lebanon. At the same time, Hezbollah garnered significant support among the Lebanese population due to its social programs and reconstruction efforts, particularly in the south of the country. In 2000, under immense domestic and international pressure, Israel unilaterally withdrew from southern Lebanon. The withdrawal was seen as a major victory for Hezbollah and cemented its reputation as a potent military and political force. However, this was not the end of the conflict. Hezbollah's continued military buildup, alongside its alliance with Iran and Syria, meant that tensions remained high along the Israel-Lebanon border. One of the most significant escalations in the conflict occurred in July 2006. Hezbollah launched a cross-border raid into Israel, capturing 2 Israeli soldiers and killing several others. Israel responded with a massive military offensive, marking the beginning of the 2006 Lebanon War. The conflict lasted for 34 days and involved intense airstrikes, ground assaults, and artillery barrages from both sides. Hezbollah fired thousands of rockets into northern Israel, causing widespread damage and civilian casualties. The war was devastating for Lebanon, particularly in Hezbollah-controlled areas. Israeli airstrikes targeted Hezbollah's military infrastructure, but civilian areas were also heavily affected, leading to the displacement of over 1 million people and significant destruction in southern Lebanon and Beirut. Despite the overwhelming military superiority of the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, Hezbollah's use of guerrilla tactics and their ability to maintain rocket fire throughout the conflict prevented Israel from achieving a decisive victory. When the war ended in August 2006 through a UN-brokered ceasefire, both sides claimed victory. Israel succeeded in severely damaging Hezbollah's military capabilities, but Hezbollah emerged with its reputation intact, having withstood the Israeli military onslaught. The war deepened animosities and left the region in a state of continued tension. In the years following the 2006 war, Israel and Hezbollah entered a period of relative calm, but it was always a fragile peace. Hezbollah continued to rebuild its military capabilities, receiving weapons and financial support from Iran and Syria. By 2010, reports suggested that Hezbollah had stockpiled tens of thousands of rockets, many of which were capable of reaching deeper into Israeli territory than ever before. Hezbollah's growing military strength posed a significant threat to Israel, and both sides prepared for the possibility of another war. At the same time, Hezbollah's role in Lebanese politics grew. It became a key player in the Lebanese government, participating in elections and shaping national policies. This dual identity, as both a military organization and a political party, gave Hezbollah significant influence within Lebanon, but also deepened internal divisions. While many Lebanese viewed Hezbollah as a defender of the nation, others saw it as a destabilizing force beholden to foreign powers, particularly Iran. In 2011, the outbreak of the Syrian Civil War added a new dimension to the Israel-Hezbollah conflict. Hezbollah intervened in the war on the side of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, fighting against various rebel groups. Hezbollah's involvement in Syria was significant. It sent thousands of fighters to support the Assad regime and played a crucial role in helping Assad regain control of key territories. Israel, meanwhile, viewed Hezbollah's growing influence in Syria as a direct threat. Israeli airstrikes targeted Hezbollah convoys and weapons shipments inside Syria, further inflaming tensions between the two foes. The Syrian Civil War also had broader implications for Hezbollah's relationship with Iran, which used the conflict to strengthen its axis of resistance against Israel. Hezbollah's deep involvement in Syria solidified its role as a key regional player, while also entrenching its military presence along Israel's northern border. The Israel versus Hezbollah conflict remains unresolved, with both sides locked in a delicate balance of power. Hezbollah's arsenal and influence have grown significantly since 2006, and Israel continues to view the group as one of its most significant threats. While open warfare has been avoided in recent years, the potential for future escalation remains high. The situation is further complicated by regional dynamics, including the influence of Iran in Syria and the broader geopolitical struggles in the Middle East. As tensions persist, the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah remains a key flashpoint in the region, with the potential to ignite once more at any moment.